Bobby, obviously, you guys have done your due diligence. You've seen a lot of these guys play, but you haven't seen as many of them up close in your own gym as you have in the past. How has this year's process been different without picks?
I think from the start it was very similar, which is, let's canvas all of college, international basketball, some of the high school stuff for the guys that are eligible, and really get a sense for them early in the year. Obviously, not having them in here and having kind of a little bit more of a personal touch puts a little bit of a question mark. But I think we're very comfortable with our process and the early season looks at guys.
I mean, there was a report earlier this week that you guys were working hard to get into the first round. How much credibility is there to that, and how realistic is it to nab a first-round pick at this stage?
It's always tough. We always say, you always fall in love with your picks this time of year, so it's hard to get rid of them. And we've been in the opposite situation where we've had a lot of picks and we have not moved them. So we're constantly trying to get in. We're probing and asking the right questions as far as what it would take to get in. So that's just part of our daily due diligence.
Are there picks there to be had?
Yeah, I think there's always, every year the picks are traded. So I think I said earlier this week, you're always trying to find the biggest gap between what you can give up and what you can get back. So, we'll, in different ranges in the draft, there's different variances, but that's what we're looking for.
Is it important for you to get into this draft?
For the players we like, I think every draft there's a handful of guys that you're targeting, whether you have a pick or you don't have a pick. But I think we're also happy with our young guys and the development, and adding another guy to the piece is always nice. But also the continuity of having that young group continue to grow.
Do other teams look at players like you have, like 1, 2, 3 years in the NBA, kind of establish themselves as having some value, yet are still young on relatively cheap contracts, and go, that's a way to accelerate our program? And you know what I'm getting at? Like,
yeah, no.
Market interest in those young guys for that reason?
There's definitely interest there's always interest in those young guys because they've proven themselves. This year was a big year for all of them. As far as, is it easy to replicate? I think that's the task that we're all faced with in management is, can you have the right mix of veterans and young players to kind of have sustained success in the NBA?
What's the going rate if you just wanted to outright purchase a second-round pick? You're allowed to do that, right?
Yeah, you are. So the NBA changed the rules and they upped the cash allowance. So now you're limited to $5.1 million. So it's a little bit of it's the first draft with this high cash. So we'll see if everyone just kind of goes up to the limit, or if people try to be prudent. Knowing our league, I imagine the cash will get exchanged. So.